All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. Got Sean and Anthony here talking college football. Week 1. Week 0's in the books. Gentlemen, your thoughts on week 1? Anthony, go ahead. Go.
I'm already looking forward to week 2. I hate week 0 and I hate week 1. I hate it because nobody knows what's going on. Everybody thinks it's football is back. It's not as easy as it looks. I mean, look at the Coastal Carolina game. Who saw that coming? Nobody.
50 some. The total was 59. It went down to 50. I thought I had a good number in that under 59 and a half. Yeah, it was. Yeah. They put that up themselves. Yeah. What are they going to do?
66 points on the road. 66 on the road. That's insane.
Yeah, with a rebuilt team, no less.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was undefeated. I was undefeated coming in yesterday. I had Georgia Tech. So I was undefeated, but not anymore.
I'm 4-2-1 so far after.
What are you complaining about? 4-2-1.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you got to tread lightly this week.
I'm 2-3, 2-3, and I got a couple unders. I got Florida Atlantic under 47.5, Western Michigan plus 27.5, TCU under 61.5 for tonight. That's where I'm rolling.
You got good numbers, yeah.
Yeah, they're out in May, folks. I mean,
yeah. Hey, and the Boston College number, you can't find that number.
21.5. I got 21.5.
It's 17 now.
And that came out again. That's something. Some of these books, folks, like they'll have stuff up and they don't take them down. And you're watching a game. Jump in, and now I got what? I can have a 4 or 5 point middle, even if this comes down more. I doubt it. I mean, 16.5 was probably the buyback at that point. People had 21 or 22. You say, you know what? I got 5 points of wiggle room here to go for a kill. It's worth a shot.
Yep.
Even a 4's worth it. I mean, you could easily come back in and try to pick up a dime going nickels either way here.
For sure.
We got a couple games, or what about 4 games tonight? 5 games?
Oh, there's more than that. It's just
that here's
total. It's weird.
A lot of these huge spreads, I really don't like to jump into. I know people are like, I'm going to lay. Like I said, they had to highlight the guy in Missouri game covering 51. Like, I'm not going to sweat that. It's way too big. Teams cover. Like I was doing another show and I was like, the guy had like Toledo. I'm like, I could see them covering 28. They're a good team. I like those things like first half. Like I gave out a first half Oklahoma 27.5 today because they're laying like a 40-some. First half go up 35-0. Put a show on for your fans. Put the second teamers in, run up a little bit. But full games, I can't be going 45, 50, 60s. I mean, who lost last night 75-0? Was there like a 75 piece put up by somebody?
49-0 Utah.
That's it? No, I thought there was another big one.
66-10 Central Michigan over Central Connecticut.
I had Utah minus
78. 70-0 Arkansas.
Arkansas over Arkansas Pine. Beating up on the younger brother there.
Yeah.
70-0.
I'll take the big spreads only in very situational stuff. Like today I got Oklahoma minus 42. I'm okay with that. Oh, no, 41.5 or 42, something like that. Yesterday I had Utah minus 38. I was like, I mean, that's like almost an NFL squad right there. So I was okay with that. And UCF, I'll tell you right now, don't touch UCF the rest of the year. That team is like an army. They don't throw the damn ball. They don't
read into a bad outing. This is like overreaction time for like UCF. Like I like UCF. I think they've been kind of building to get into Big 12 play.
But they're a run-first team is what I'm trying to say. It has nothing to do with them playing bad or whatever. I cannot back a big school like that running the ball like their army.
They won 57-3 last night.
Running the ball. That was also versus a crap team. You got to remember that. An FCS team. You play UCF, say, versus USF, and all you're going to do is run the ball. I mean, I'm sorry,
Well,
I'm not touching UCF.
I mean, the guy threw a 50-yard touchdown pass.
Okay, an Army does that too.
But what I'm saying is, hold on a second. The guy, he was 7 of 14 for 2 TDs, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
they just ran the ball after that.
It was 29-3. What do you do? I mean, you're running. Your major running back had 11 carries, 142 yards. I mean, they gashed him. I mean, what are you going to do if he scores 2 big runs? Did he have big runs? I don't know the name of their running back.
Like
Harvey
35 yards.
The
After
running
the
back,
first quarter, yeah.
His last name here says it's Harvey. So what did he have? He had a 1-yard run and a 13-yard run and a half. But then some guy, a 59-yard run for Boone, a backup, and a 25-yard run for the third stringer. So I mean, by that point, who's doing ham shaft? So the running, you got it. That's why you got to look at it, because when they bring in the backups, hey, we're going to run the ball, and your backups versus their starters or even their backups, it's no contest. I mean, you got a 3-star guy who's going to run a 4 flat. Nobody's.
Yeah. I mean, they're running the ball on 3rd and 8 instead of passing it. After the first quarter, they were 0 for 2 in passing. Their first completion was in the middle of the second quarter. I was like, what the hell are they doing just running the ball? I didn't bet no damn Army team. That's what I'm trying to say.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I look at that as, are they just trying to do different things here? It's not like they got a dual threat quarterback. I mean, actually 11 attempts for 39 yards. Maybe he is kind of a dual threat kind of cat.
Yeah, he's a runner. He's a runner.
You know. Also, though, you know what? Though, hold on a second. This is his. He just popped in here from Arkansas, so they're going to work him in. So that's what that's all about. Yeah, 500 yards rushing last year, 21 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2,500 yards passing. All right. So you know what though? That's again, I'm not. That's the norm to the quarterbacks who both things. And don't. I that's his first year here too. So
what's a good site you're using there?
I just looked at covers. I just went to the box score.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I was just like, I had to pull it up. Like
that's what I'm on too. But.
I'm going to start hunting through ESPN, and every freaking ad's going to pop up, and I'm going to.
Anthony likes Yahoo.
I love
some
the Yahoo.
tire.
Yep. Yahoo app is my favorite. I live by it.
Yep.
I don't know. Covers is simple. I mean, they redid it. I don't really like to redo it, but if I just do a box score, I can just do a box score just to figure out stuff's easy. You know?
Yep. Sign up for VIP with Anthony, Sean, and myself at poundedsports.com. Tonight's games. Let's see. We got. I'll just hit a couple of the big ones here. Western Michigan at Wisconsin. Western Michigan getting plus 24. Western Michigan usually one of the better teams in the MAC. Wisconsin going through some change turnover. I think Western Michigan can keep it close. And these kids that are at these directional MAC schools, the smaller schools that didn't get picked for a Big Ten school, they get up for this game. Western Michigan, man, this is a veteran team too. Any thoughts, you guys? I didn't put the total up there. What the heck am I doing?
It's 56.5.
Yeah, 56.5. Sorry.
Like I said earlier, I got a good number on this 27.5 early. Wisconsin, another cupcake on deck. Are you gonna just kind of go through the motions, right? You kind of get a feel. They're not really worried about. Are they gonna be worried about covering? It's not a huge rivalry. I mean, it's like Western Michigan. It's not Western Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The points are one thing. I got that extra half, which is good. We're talking almost 4 scores, 3.5 scores there with a field goal. Even this is a big number. And Wisconsin, they're not we're going to run the ball down your throat. This isn't like Ron Dane. This isn't this is old Wisconsin. They throw the ball now, but I think it's a little too much for me. I would really love this game more if they had Alabama on deck here, but they don't. They got South Dakota next after this. Then it's Alabama. That's a spot where you want to look to get away from that.
I'm curious about the Alabama team. I'm looking forward to
I don't,
a lot of unknowns on that team this year. Yeah.
But, I mean, he's got a lot of hype to coach. He did a good job. But
yeah,
now it's a new team. And let's be honest, man, I think Saban ran that defense.
Yeah.
He might have not been in DC, but his fingerprints all over it. now.
He is a consultant behind scenes.
But see, he's on TV too, though. So I mean,
Yeah,
he's a consultant.
Yeah.
He's going to come in and get a paycheck and thank you very much. I mean,
he's making $500,000 this year. Can you believe that? I don't know what he's doing exactly, but Alabama's paying him $500,000 this year. That's peanuts to him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Luke Fickell is the new coach at Wisconsin, a former Cincinnati coach.
Yeah, Cincinnati. Yeah, it's year 2 for Fickell.
Okay, year two
Yeah.
for Fickell. And
not a good year last year.
Sean likes Western Michigan plus the points first half. I like the under 9-1 to the under. Wisconsin.
Yeah, I got a bet on the under as well. I would lean Wisconsin. I think this number, to be honest with you, is pretty razor sharp. I think they win this either between 24 to 28 points. So if you're looking for the spread, personally, I would lean more toward the under.
All right, and Sean on the total.
Nah, I mean, listen, I got the dog, so I'm expecting points. You know, I would lean over, I guess, if I'm taking points with the dog. I want them to score. I don't think it's going to be 17-0. So,
yeah,
if I'm taking dogs, it's dogs and overs.
All right, you heard it here. TCU at Stanford. TCU should have pretty good offense this year, man. It'd be tough to stop the TCU offense. Stanford, I don't know if they'll be able to run the ball this year. I'm looking at the under in this game. I think it was 60 now.
It was 60. It's 59.5 now.
59.5. I like the under in this game. Lean TCU minus the points. I just think it's a better ball club. TCU. Thoughts, Sean?
I'm gonna say, like I said, I ran down all my games for tonight. I got the under 61.5. I still like the under, obviously. I like Stanford and the points. I would have liked the 10. I know last year they were bad, but returning starters, stuff like that, they were all young. Another year better if the coach. Again, when it comes to guys coming back, is it good or bad? Sometimes there were 4 wins last year. What are they going to win 5? I mean, but in other spots, it's a different team altogether where they're young and kind of growing and fighter team. And TCU, let's be honest, are they as bad as they were last year, or the team that won or went to the national championship the year before? They're probably in between. They got a new defensive coordinator. They lost a bunch of guys on defense. So you bring in new coordinators, and you're on the road laying almost double. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you got to win by 10. So I think TCU wins by 10 here. I prefer the dog. Stanford, ACC powerhouse. They're, that ACC history to them. They know they're in battles. That's all. For those watching, that is sarcasm. I know they just started the ACC. They've been in the Pac-12, Pac-10, Pac-8.
I want to lean Stanford as well here, but I just can't pull the trigger. I got to underplay on this one.
Under is probably my favorite, but if you want to hold your nose and people want to just bet because, hey, it's Friday night, there's a whole lot of just got to bet a game.
Hey, you never know. Stanford might pull off the upset here. I mean, this is what I hate about week 0, week 1. We just don't know. We have our opinions on it, but that's all it is opinions, because we don't know how these players are going to play in week 1. That's it. All they had was training camp.
We're just talking about the South Florida team against like the Cupcakes who come in for the pay to win kind of games. Are those really good measuring sticks for teams? Like, this isn't, these are teams that have played a game.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, or not played a game, but the fact that they're playing a real team. It's not you're going out of conference, you're playing a Power 5 kind of school, big school. What again here? Stanford's in a rebuild, coming back. They got high hopes. TCU is like, hey, we got to reload a little bit. We lost 8 guys to the draft. We got to improve for last year.
Absolutely. I agree.
You don't have to run every game. This is why. 10:30, you don't got to go bet it because it's 10:30, the last game on the board. But people will.
And I don't think the bookmakers know any more than us about these lines. Well, I mean, the Coastal Carolina game is the best example I can give anybody.
I couldn't believe.
Jacksonville State, me and Tooch locked in at -2.5. It closed at -3.5. And Coastal won 66 to what? 28? Come on.
For a team that was
56-27.
All new
56-27.
Again, I thought the under, I thought it'd be a running game with Jackson State, just running the ball. Jacksonville State, nope. Yeah. But remember though, these lines are coming out in May now, and people dabble in them. So they have time to adjust them a little bit. So they get a feel. It's not like a month ahead of time now. I mean, there are months and months ahead of time now because everybody wants to
Yeah.
be first down. Be like, I got my lines up.
course.
And so you got guys coming in, bet into them. They can adjust them. Then they go a bit heavier around the board. Like it gets out like, oh, so-and-so's on it. This team's on it. These guys are on it. This network, whatever. So the lines kind of adjust. I think they probably are a little better than they were in the past, just based on the fact that they come out so much earlier and they get bet into a little bit.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey, Joe Mandel.
That's one of my best friends in the whole world. Loving the show. So let's head over to.
You see, you're not supposed to say that to like friends of the person when they come and say, "Ah, the show's great, guys." You don't say that.
I know. You know,
don't say like
he
it's a
had me
ringer.
going for a second. I was like, oh, now I know. Now it's
Yeah.
just because Tooch's friends just
Yeah.
said, you know.
So I'm surprised it's not like there's somebody
Tooch,
called
I mean,
Mrs.
come
Tooch
on, man.
that,
You play more spoiler than anyone I've ever
I know.
met.
we'll have like
I
Mrs.
mean,
Tooch
between
comes in
text
and says,
messages,
"Oh, my
between
goodness,
friends,
that's Bob."
I mean, between screwing up your name and the
I'm working
intro,
on it.
I mean,
Hi, I'm
I
Tooch. You
can't
can
with
call
you.
me Tooch.
Tooch, yeah. I can't. Mr. Joe Biden over here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That
wait
was
till
the
you guys
best
get
one.
to your
Like, I am
mid-50s.
everybody. Welcome. I'm Tooch. You can call me Tooch.
Classic.
Penn State minus 7.5 at West Virginia.
There we
Little
go.
rivalry here. Close schools, pretty close to each other. Was 8.5, came down to 7.5. So some West Virginia money coming on. Totals of 50.5. Look, Penn State was a pretty darn good team last year. They only struggled with Ohio
Michigan,
State
Ohio
and
State.
Michigan. That was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, they
Yeah.
dominated everybody else.
But
I
let's
know
not
that-
forget when these two teams played last year. Remember when they it was like the game has ended and they covered the spread.
Yeah.
Do a
West
touchdown
Virginia-
pass like 4 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and they covered the spread. And West Virginia, let me tell you,
Never
they
in doubt.
don't
Penn State
forget that.
Panthers.
They've
Nope.
interviewed some players, and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"No, that pissed us off." So
I
I mean,
was. Go ahead.
I
West
wanted to
Virginia
take
gr-
West Virginia at
Yeah,
9.5,
so did I.
and I just waited, and it's down to 8.5, and I
down.
said, I mean, I can't pull the trigger on 7.5 or even 8.5. I need 10 for me to touch West Virginia. I would need 10. I can't.
I got the 8.5 and I got 10.5 or 10 plus
Yeah.
10 too.
West Virginia has a really good offensive line. Their quarterback can do some damage with his legs as well.
Yeah.
But James Franklin, 14.5 when a favorite of over 7.5 or 7.5 or more. 14-5 on the road against
All right.
the spread.
How many of these
And
guys?
they're 8-0 on a Tuesday, dating back to
This is a-
1987.
Man, as
Listen,
a road
listen.
dog, James Franklin covers.
But he's not a road dog. He's a road favorite here. You mean?
I mean, road favorite, yeah.
Listen,
Right.
though,
Road
this
favorite,
team.
not road dog, road favorite.
That's fine. Penn State's always been the third best team in this conference. They lose to Michigan, Ohio State every year. Maybe they're in a
Absolutely.
fight with Iowa. Other than that, who you beating up? Northwestern. You're going on the road to beat in Maryland, Rutgers. I mean, who are you really beating in here? Indiana and Illinois. West Virginia won 9 games last year and thought they were going to be garbage. West Virginia gave you a dogfight in Happy Valley that you're lucky to win. Forget about covering a crazy number.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do a touchdown. Listen, this is all West
Yep.
Virginia. Even at this, I wouldn't even mind you not taking it. I know everybody's high in the quarterback. What's he do? I mean, this guy's got a cannon. They still dink and dunk all over the place. I do not trust James Franklin. If you can't beat a good head coach, and I'm not saying the West Virginia guys like the best thing since Buff Rice, but good teams, you have trouble with. And I was doing a show today with a couple old timers, Mark Lawrence and Victor King guys who, and they love the stats, bro. 73 and 41 ATS, home dogs.
Yeah.
Game 1 of the season. There you
The
go.
last 10 years. The last 10 years.
There you go.
So you're going to get a conference dog like this off a crazy revenge spot where you ran up the score.
I know. My initial lean was West Virginia.
Yeah.
You should have took
I
it.
just don't like 7.5, and
You cannot
8.5
wait.
I was hesitating on.
You can't just put it in.
Yeah.
Don't. Here's the thing about
Yeah,
Baton
take
Rouge.
the points week 1.
If you
early.
like it, take it. Don't wait
Home
for all the
dog.
noise and be like, oh, what's everybody doing? Oh, look at this. This guy's because then all of a sudden when groups start moving on it, the number, if they're both on the same side, the number is long gone. Maybe you get a little buyback like it was that Nevada game, SMU, where it was like open at like 19, when all of 28 came back down 24, middle dot because guys were battling on the numbers.
Yeah. That was
Like this
nuts.
one here, this should have been a flat out. You saw that line. You should have been like, it's going to come down because eventually someone's going to catch wind of, oh, that's right. They ran up the score to get a cover, and it was a close game anyway.
Yep.
And now you lose 3 points or 2 points or whatever you got.
Yep. And thoughts on the total sitting there at 50.5?
Yeah.
I'd have to lean over personally.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a slug. Maybe not in the first half, but I think second half it's going to be a slugfest.
I'm 0-2 on my college football totals this year so far. So
I'm not touching the total, but I mean, I would lean over.
I think West Virginia will be able to run the ball. And look, they don't have the pass. They lost 2 pass rushers to the NFL last year. Chop Robinson and Adisa Isaac, Penn State did. And if they're going to put pressure on the quarterback, I forget the quarterback's name of.
If West Virginia is going to be in this game, it has to be an under. Because if you have like Drew Allard or whoever, however you say his name is, chucking all over the place, and they're going to get in.
Garrett Green is the quarterback for West Virginia,
and it's Allard for Penn State, right?
For Penn State,
it's got to be an under. If you like West Virginia, you have to take the under. Think it's going to be a dogfight.
Green can make plays with his legs, and I think they'll be able to run and make some plays against the pressure from defensive Penn State. Control the ball, and like Sean said, keep the score under and get close to that number. But at 7.5, man, what did it open at? 10.5?
Like 10?
10? That would have been nice. All right. Virginia Tech at Vanderbilt. Look, just the talent discrepancy alone, Virginia Tech should win this game.
Yes.
Comfortably. Will they cover 13.5?
I think
this
they
is
do.
Another one.
I think they do too.
But Tech is like a trendy kind of team for people this year.
Yep.
Like the quarterback, I think, is Drones. I mean, people are kind of high on him. But I think Vandy brought in Jerry Kill as a consultant, the old New Mexico offense coordinator, New Mexico quarterback. How good is that little group over there? Was that good?
It just looks way too easy. It looks way too easy.
2 touchdowns does look easy.
Doesn't it?
But it is. But
it's
it
like
is week
begging
1.
you to take it.
This is where I have problems when I do like the contests for like Circa or Westgate. Like I just automatically grab dogs. Like, I'm a dog guy. If they bite early, I'm having a great season. Like if I see this, I'd be like Vanderbilt. It's Vanderbilt 13.5, right?
I'm leaning that way too.
Then you're kind of stuck. Like, are they going to lure in everybody with the nice lines? Everybody's like, this is so easy. Sports betting so easy, and then. But it's not a week or two. Then it's like that second week October where like the massacre starts and everybody starts doubling up wrong. So I'm either in the
massacre.
I'm either in the whole fighting out of 2 and 3 weeks and 2 and 6 weeks all the time because I'm just taking, looking at the numbers saying this is way too low. I got to cash. And I have a huge second half because September is just a bloodbath. I wanted the 13.5 says Vandy.
Doesn't it? Am I the only? I mean, to me, it's like
this is like when you see a 6 or 6.5. I tell you all the time, I see 6s. I'm not taking a favorite. I'm taking a dog. It's a doggy outright. This is the same
13.5. I learned my lesson. If it's 13.5 and 14, you automatically. I mean, I automatically take the dog because I've been burned more times taking 13 and minus 13.5 and minus 14.
Just got to win by 2 touchdowns.
Any other number on the planet.
Easy 2 touchdowns. Come on, man.
It's
no different. It's no different when it's a 2.5.
The hardest 2 touchdowns you'll ever have to win. Let me tell you, the hardest.
And there's a lot of love on VT. Everybody kind of likes the Hokies.
See me, I just stayed off it because I don't know what to expect out of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I didn't play it either. I didn't play it either because I'm kind of high on Virginia Tech.
I wrote it down. I want to see the outcome. I want to see the box score, and then maybe week 2. But this is the game I'm intrigued by. I just can't bet it.
Agreed.
Let's see. That'd be Virginia. Yeah, so I predicted finish. Virginia Tech winning by 7-10.
I don't know. Listen, if Tech doesn't win this by 10 plus, they should.
They should blow them out. I mean, realistically, but will they? Is the question. Will Vanderbilt go up 17-0, 17-7? And will they? I mean, for Vanderbilt to cover this number, they got to be up at halftime, pretty much.
Or close. Stadium still under construction there in Nashville.
Probably.
Virginia Tech finished 8th in the ACC. I forgot Stanford's in the ACC now too.
Yeah, and Cal.
Leaving the Pac-10.
Terrible teams.
And Vanderbilt's still the whipping boy of the SEC. I lean Virginia Tech, but I mean it's too big a number to play week 1. Total sitting there at 48.5. Probably lean the under in this one, man.
I got again. I'm
it.
high on Tech for the season. The 13.5 says I should just take the dog. I didn't play it.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, maybe if it creeps up to like 14.5, maybe I'll take Vandy at that point. Maybe like I know the money's coming in, but for now we'll wait.
Week 1, tread cautiously.
Here we go.
The big game, biggest game of the week, right? Clemson at Georgia. Both these teams top 15 in talent composite this season. I think Georgia's 12th and Clemson's 14. So the 12-point Clemson getting 12 points on the road at Georgia. Carson Beck, Heisman favorite. Sean, maybe I would say 48.5 total. I lean under. This is some two good defenses. What are you thinking?
I kind of like the over a little bit, believe it or not. I think Beck is a guy. And again, I said something like Georgia should win. So we're like, I'm really going out on a limb here picking Georgia. And it comes down to Kirby as a coach.
Yep.
He's not a guy where he's going to, well, we could lose a game here. It's okay. We're going to make the playoffs. I don't know. To me, he's a guy who wants to be undefeated. He's a Saban guy. He doesn't want to lose a game.
Yep.
And Beck, and I know they have some injuries at running back and stuff like that. And if that's the case, he's just going to be throwing more. And
they got a dozen running backs on the roster.
Listen, I mean,
that's the thing about
Georgia. I mean, it's down. This was 13. This was like there was 14 at one point. It's down to 12 now.
Yeah, I saw
that's all you need to. And I'm not a Clemson. They don't go to the portal for anybody. I get. You got teams.
Well, he doesn't like.
Listen, Sonny Dykes went to the portal, picked up 22 guys. This guy won't go out and get a wide receiver. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he doesn't like the transfer portal.
Miami's paying the quarterback $5 million to come into play. This guy,
the quarterback. That's not.
You know, you need. You've had wide receivers in the past. You gotta. Again, are we sold on that quarterback? I've seen the Georgia quarterback deliver in championship games.
He's clutch, yeah.
You know, I've seen him deliver. And again, okay, the cast around him may change. He delivers. He makes those guys even better. A star NFL guy helps, but you don't know. They could have a star NFL guy right now. You don't know because he hasn't caught 3 touchdowns in the game or a nice catch for 82 yards or something. 12, they keep spying down at Clemson. I got the bunnies are outside. I love it when the bunnies come and hang. They have to see they're staring at me. Like they have to hear me in here something. I'm like,
they're like White Shrek.
Yeah, they're probably talking to me. They're like,
on the other side of the signal callers, Cade Klubnik, who not a bad player.
Hey, he replaced DJU.
Yep.
In a game, and then DJ went over to the Pac-12, and then he came back to FSU, and you saw him last week. Had that look there? 3 teams in 3 years. That's the kind of play you're going to get. I don't know. 12, I might jump into Georgia here. I prefer, the lower the number with a fave. Do I like it being opposite of a move? Not particularly. I think this is probably an injury-related move, though. If I'm the people moving, probably based on injury information. That would be my take on it, but I still like Georgia. I don't know if I'm going to bet it.
The thing is, Georgia in Georgia, I mean, it's almost like unbeatable. And this is a low number for Georgia. I mean, this is like Georgia -3 in Georgia 12. On a normal game. I mean, I'm just saying that's a low number for Georgia. Georgia's numbers are -28 in most of them, -24. Hell, they were favored by 10 versus Bama for crying out loud.
Like, seriously.
Clemson.
You got to give the coaching advantage to Georgia, right?
By far.
Tooch, everything across the board goes to Georgia.
Yep.
The only thing is, how good can Clemson's defense be for a full game is the question. Clemson has a good defense. I will give it. I've always said that. For the past, 6-7 years, they've had a phenomenal defense. But how good can they be throughout the whole game to play Georgia at a high level? That is the question. I would take the points to Georgia. Don't even think. I got the under.
At Clemson.
I got the under.
Starters, but most of the best, all the returning starters are on offense for Clemson.
Yeah.
Uh,
But the offense was terrible last year. That was the problem last year, was their offense.
Yeah.
Their defense is what kept them in the game. I mean, they were like the Clemson of Iowa. I mean, think about it. Iowa's offense was trash. Clemson's offense was trash.
I think
They had
Iowa.
a great running back with a shit quarterback who's now on FSU with, I told you guys last week. I mean, we all had Georgia Tech, but I said
Yeah.
that quarterback, there's no way I can touch that quarterback. He's
You,
trash.
you mentioned Iowa. I think they're laying 20, and the total's like 42 or something. I mean,
But,
like that.
But Mackman, whatever the hell his name is quarterback. It's not that big goofy dude, Humpy Dumpy.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, dude! If anyone
Humpty
watched
Dumpty.
an Iowa, the big dude, he's Ben Roethlisberger 2.0, but in a slow, dumb version of him.
and
But he's got
9 returning starters on offense and 6 returning starters on defense for the Bulldogs. Travis Etienne's little brother running the ball.
He's hurt.
No, he was on Florida last year.
Yeah, he transferred. He's hurt. I think
What a
he's
guy.
out though.
Smart
Is he?
man, smart
Yeah,
guy. What a guy!
I think he's
I
out.
appalled. I clap on that move. Clap. Get the hell out of the swamp. That's a
talking
horrible
about the
move.
swamp.
I
coming
thought he
up
was banged
next.
up, ATN. Yeah, he's suspended.
Okay. So out for the game, backup is Roderick Robinson, a sophomore.
There's a dozen running
He's
backs on
he's
each
hurt too.
squad.
He's banged up too.
All right, go to the
Foot
fourth stringer running
Yes.
back, and they'll still be fine.
I don't
I'm just
even know
saying.
who the fourth stringer is.
If
third
you
stringer.
if you click on rosters for every football team, like big schools, I mean like a Georgia, Clemson, there's like a dozen running backs on the roster. A dozen.
Somebody's going to
So-
run the
So let
And
me
running
tell you.
back.
So running
They-
backs is
They got
the
11. They
least
got 11
position-
running backs on their team.
Yeah, that is the least position you have
think
to
they- I
worry
think they got
about of an
Garrison.
injury. If someone says, "Oh no, the running back's injured," dude, there's a dozen running backs. I'm sure somebody could run the ball.
So
I wonder if Gannon Hurst is Garrison Hurst's son or grandson or something. Probably son, right?
That would sound too easy, wouldn't it?
Gannon Hurst.
Does this minus 12 line say, "Oh, you only got to win by 2 touchdowns"?
No, because it just went down to minus 12. It was 14,
Yeah,
13
it's
and a half, and now it's down to 12.
Yeah,
And honestly, I'm really enticed on minus 12. It
Yeah,
can go
I
to
am
minus
too.
11, 12, 10 and a half. It's the same thing to me.
I'm enticed too. I just don't want to walk into a trap. But
listen,
Georgia at minus 12 is like, you never see that.
Tooch, it's in Georgia. That's
I know.
what I've been saying. It's like a minus 3 to them.
but
It's like a
it's, yeah,
minus 3.
it's not a home game. It's at the Dome. You know, it's
It's
the
still a home
Falcons.
game for them.
It is, yeah, but
Yeah. I know what
again,
you mean. Yeah.
So I mean,
The-
this is an implied score of 30-18, roughly. 31-18.
I don't know how Clemson's going to score 18 points. I mean, I would say 14 or 17.
Yeah, I mean, top to bottom, Georgia's roster I'll take over Clemson.
If it's in the dome, you're probably going to see points. But
Yeah,
I got
and,
the under already.
they
I
are
got the
fast.
under.
Is this a neutral site or no? It's
yeah, it's
Mercedes-
neutral site.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Is that
I
That's
what?
got the under.
Yeah, where is that? Atlanta?
Yeah, so whatever it is in Atlanta, wherever the Falcons play.
So
Okay.
I got the under for the reason that if you watch Clemson last year, their defense is damn good. Damn good. That's one thing that head coach can do. He can build a damn defense, but he can't get a damn quarterback. I'll tell you that right now. Since Trevor Lawrence, he can't get a damn quarterback.
It's a
So-
young defense, only 2 returning starters.
And they
for
don't
Clemson.
throw the ball deep. If you look at their playbook and you watch Clemson game, which trust me, I bet a lot of Clemson games last year, and they don't throw the ball deep. It's all they drain the clock, run the ball, short passes, run the ball, 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and 4. They really grind it out, and they're that head coach. He's not stupid. He has a good playbook. He's going to make sure to keep that ball out of Georgia's hands. So I got the
All
under.
right. Under, Sean, for you?
I would still lean Georgia, as dumb as that sounds. even though
Georgia
it's come
minus
down.
12.
I
I
still
like Georgia minus 12, too. I'm
I
very
agree.
tempted.
I agree.
All right. That's unanimous here. We got another good game here than talking about swamps. Miami minus 2.5, Mario Cristobal's team. And then you got
Here we
Florida
go.
plus 2.5 in games for catching points at home. brother.
There we go. Miami team. Cristobal.
Sean's favorite team.
Cristobobo, this guy.
Brooklyn Nets, the New
Cristobal,
York
Billy
Jets,
Donovan for Florida.
and Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan here. I mean, Dave Mullen got fired winning 9 games down here. All right. Now you got Napier. Both of these guys, I said this before, whoever loses this game, the hot seat is in burner mode because it's not going to be just losing this game. I mean, Florida's a 4.5 predicted win total.
Billy Napier. What did I say?
You said Billy Napier.
Okay, I said Billy Donovan.
Oh, no, you said Billy Donovan. Yeah.
Bulls.
That's the Bulls head coach.
I know.
Isn't it?
You got,
Well, I'm a Bulls fan.
Whoever loses here, I think it's going to just torpedo and roll down the mountain into badness. Like Miami could go and lose to Virginia Tech or at Louisville or Florida. Like it could just get bad because at that point, whoever loses the first game, here comes the media on top of you, right? I mean, it's a deluge. And then you look at the upcoming schedule for both teams like, okay, I messed up here. Then it turns into something else. And now I have 2 losses or God forbid 3 losses in mid-October. I mean, Miami, you lose here. You maybe get past, you get past Florida A&M, but it's not going to be 70-3 like the year after. You have a game at South Florida after Ball State. So you lose here. You're 2-1. At South Florida, who, again, it's a pushover. You're going to be favored in that game, but let's be honest. South Florida is going to want to come to play against you guys. And if they think you got a little chink in the armor because you lost one and then you had a bad game versus Florida Atlantic or Florida FAU, A&M, or Ball State because you think you're Miami and you're just going to come in here, you might get picked off by South Florida. I mean, let's be honest. At that point, we've seen Cristobal choke games away. I know you hate him. Listen, though, this is a point of no.
South Florida, USA. I mean, change the team. I'd rather have you say FIU than.
But you're
USA.
on the road, and at this point, you got a loss to Florida, and maybe you got a close game or two. You don't know how they're going to respond. These guys got no heart down here. If your coach is walking dead, they might not play good. And then they'll say you play crappy at home against Ball State and Florida A&M. You don't think South Florida might actually be able to pull something out as bad as they are? You're in trouble. Virginia Tech after that, that's not a win. You can't lock up a win over Virginia Tech. I watched you call plays and fumble the ball when you're up by a couple points. The guy take it to the house, you end up losing. You know what happened after they lost that game last year? I'm going to tell you because they went into the toilet. They went into the toilet that game. Who was that against? That was against NC, right? They fumbled against, right? NC, yeah. They went out. Mid Tennessee got them. A&M after that. I mean, they lose a bunch of games in a row. That's what this team is. Heartless. No. Whoever loses this, it's going to open a deluge of question marks, and then the coach is going to be doing his job. The players are going to be looking for the door. Maybe not Cam Ward. The guy gets $5 million a quarterback this team, but no, one of these guys is gone at the end of the year.
I don't even think Cam Ward can save Miami in this game.
7-6 last year for the Hurricanes, 5-7 for the Gators. Look, the quarterback, both quarterbacks are good, man. Mertz got better last year.
He did.
And then Cam Ward comes over from Washington State. That's a good player. Miami of Ohio has a dude at wide receiver, Xavier Restrepo. That guy's awesome, man. So I mean, I think, but the defensive line of Florida is pretty good, man. They're huge. I don't know if they'll be able to run the ball. Cam Ward's going to have to pass. Down in the swamp, I mean, I think both teams should be able to score, man. Give me the over 54.5.
Florida money line. Anytime there's a low spread and it's in the swamp, don't overthink it. Swamp.
There you go.
The swamp is a whole other element.
This line opened at like 1. It's at 3 now.
Florida money line.
Miami.
By the way, early look at that South Florida game's got Miami at about a 14, 15-point favorite, by the way. We'll see. We'll see how these lines change after this game.
USF is awful. Awful. It's not the basketball team. Their football team is awful. I looked at their roster.
I get it, but you got to think of the mentality of a team that's falling apart. Like if they lose here, are they going to cover 40 against Florida A&M next week? Or
Yeah, but USF is going to be playing as bad as Temple.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm telling you. Miami can have a bad game with Cam Ward and still win versus USF. Close your eyes and you'll beat USF.
Who's playing USF next week?
I don't know.
Next week, I don't know. I'm looking for my write-up on USF for college.
Hey, get the pen out. Get the pen out. USF gets blown out versus Miami.
I mean, that's not a bold take. Like, what is that kind of thing? USF is bad. Okay, but
They don't play this year.
Oh, okay.
USF, by the way, 7.5 win total.
Under.
It was juiced to 138.
Under.
18 returning starters.
That's even worse.
Minus 134 for the under.
Their basketball team was only good because they had transferred portal.
I'm not talking about who cares about the basketball
just
team? We're
saying.
talking football.
Their football team was absolute trash. And the only
Basketball
reason they
team
beat
had a
Rice
hell of a
last year was because the quarterback got hurt. And they still almost lost to the guy that couldn't throw the damn ball. Me and Tooch had money on
JT.
Rice last year. Oh, my God, that was awful.
JT Daniels, former Georgia.
USF has one play. They have their one little skinny black dude that just runs like a cheetah all the way down the field, and the quarterback throws it deep and hopes for the best. That's how they get majority of their touchdowns.
Got So what are you guys thinking here, Sean, for the side? Anything?
Florida money line.
I like Miami money line. I think
And I got the under.
they have to win. It's his job.
That's gonna be a good game, man. I'll tell you, it's gonna be 95 in the swamp tomorrow.
Yep. Florida money line.
Players dropping like
Don't
flies.
overthink the swamp.
UCLA at Hawaii. Hawaii welcomed Delaware State in week 0. Didn't cover the spread though. UCLA coming in minus 14. Hawaii catching 14 over under 53.5. UCLA new coach, right, Sean? It's a full over rebuild there at UCLA, I think. Right?
Deshaun Foster, running back. He was an OC guy here. I think he was running back coach or OC at UCLA here.
Right.
But
Brian Kelly was the previous coach, right?
Yeah, and he's out in he's in Ohio State now. He's gonna take Ryan Day's job when Ryan Day chokes again.
Right. He came in as Ryan Day's offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Listen, Hawaii looked like crap. Everybody, and I think you were one of them too. So like you loved Hawaii there, right? And I was like, yeah. And listen,
well,
I said to take the other team, SMU first. If you're gonna do a first half, I thought SMU would be a better team. Both of them crapped the bed.
Yep,
every favorite should have lost last week.
Week 0.
Now is Hawaii more of a combination of it's Delaware State?
Yep.
We got UCLA.
They played vanilla, everything vanilla, everything vanilla on defense.
Is it not? Did they just kind of like go through the motions a little bit? Like, hey, why are we going to drop 70 on these guys when we got UCLA? Tough.
Give UCLA no tape.
You're coming from Cali to Hawaii. That's still a hike for any team.
That's
right?
5-hour flight, at least 6
so
hours.
So you got that edge. You play like trash. The line still doesn't really move all that much. It was 13.5, 14. Really, I mean, early number I think was like 18, but no, unless you bet that back early, it was basically a 14-point spread. Then UCLA, Foster gave a speech that it was terrible at media day. The line actually came down like 13. I'm like, oh, I'll get a better number here. There's some 14s out here. I like Hawaii as a home dog here. Coming out like double digits on the road. I don't care what. I mean, this isn't good UCLA.
I don't know which
coach. You lost your coordinator. You're a defensive team last year. Your coordinator went to USC.
What conference is Hawaii
first
in?
Time.
Hawaii was
Mountain West.
Mountain West. Okay. Were they Pac-12 last year?
No, they've always been the West.
Okay.
You have a new defense coordinator, a first-time head coach. Didn't look good in his little speech there. He's familiar with the team. Now you can come out and tell me to lay and win. You don't even cover 2 touchdowns. You need more versus a team that didn't play all that well and kind of feels good at home. Off a bad day, maybe they were just prepped for Hawaii. Maybe they've been prepped for UCLA for the entire summer.
Yeah. UCLA is in the Big 10 right now, which is the Big 18.
Yeah.
Right?
The Big 18 or 19?
I think it's 18, but
and they're a middle of pack team anyway. What do you got? 7 wins on these guys for the year, something like that. It's they're not all that.
Ethan Garber, senior at quarterback for UCLA. Look, the 5 returning starters on offense, 4 on defense. So like I said, kind of a complete makeover for UCLA. I kind of like Hawaii, man. I think Hawaii's had this game plus the points.
100%.
Give me Hawaii plus the points. Anthony?
Hawaii. Definitely.
Hawaii plus 2 touchdowns at home. Home dog. Any thoughts on the total?
No.
All right, big game. Notre Dame going to College Station to take on Texas
Look at
A&M.
this one.
Yeah, Texas A&M. Mike Elko takes over, coming over from Duke.
Back home.
Yeah, and Notre Dame getting 3. Texas A&M a 3-point favorite. Over under 47.5. Two good defenses, or should be two good defenses. What are you thinking, Sean?
Under for sure, yes. And I like A&M. I know the line is flipped. That's because I think Notre Dame lost another offensive lineman. They were already having a rebuilt offensive line who alt went to the NFL. And let's be honest, Elko coached this quarterback, Riley, at Duke. If anybody's going to know what your strength and weakness are, it's going to be the guy who coached you for 2 years.
Riley Leonard, right? Comes over from Duke.
What I call him.
Good quarterback.
Follows his coach from Duke.
No, he didn't follow his coach. The coach went to A&M, and he went to Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. He's playing against his coach.
Yes.
Right.
So, right. I mean, like, the coach knows what this guy's going to do. We have the defense ready to go.
Yeah, he knows his weaknesses.
Right.
As bad as Jimbo Fisher did, this team still spends a ton of money to get recruits.
A&M,
they always got recruits. He won 9 and 8 games in Duke. These players are better. It'll change. And now you got a team that's banged up with a whole rebuilt offensive line. Oh, my God. What's happening there? What are you, Michael Vick's caretaker? What's going on over there?
Texas A&M has Connor Wegman at quarterback.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Under
48.
I got A&M.
Yep.
I got A&M.
Yep. A&M and the under from
Mike Elko's teams always play good. He turned around that Duke program.
Yeah. The guy could coach.
Good defense. Yep. The guy can coach. Coach of Notre Dame. God, his name escapes me though, Sean.
I don't know. Who cares? Don't make a difference.
All right, we're leaning A&M -3 on the under. Big game on Monday, right? Monday?
Sunday, LSU, USC.
Sunday.
BC, Florida State's Monday.
Right. Okay. So Sunday game, LSU at USC, man. I kind of like LSU, man. Here, what's his name? Nussmeier, pretty good play. I think Nussmeier has a chance to be pretty good this season, and LSU's got 2 All-Pro, should be NFL tackles on that offensive line, Sean.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
But I like USC here. I'm going to go, USC to me here. Hold on. Is that spread right? No, I thought USC is a underdog, I thought here.
Are they?
They're the dog. Aren't they the dog? I thought they were the dog. USC is a 4-point underdog. Right. You got it backwards.
Right. Yeah, I got it backwards.
I like USC. And it comes down to both of these teams. Last I checked, and you should know this, and the wackos over here and watching on Barroom. Hello. The quarterback was the number 1 pick, and the quarterback in the other team was the number 2 pick. So both teams are breaking in new quarterbacks. And granted, you're 2 kind of elite programs. So, yeah, there'll be some other 5-star recruit coming in. Yep. I saw the kid for USC come in and throw 7 touchdown passes in a game.
Miller Moss.
So I will gladly take a team with a quarterback like that, plus money, plus the points. Lincoln Riley, if the guy does nothing, if he chokes away in playoff games, the fact of the matter is he churns out Heisman guys like, hey, what are you doing today? I just got another Heisman quarterback. Let's go back to Heisman quarterbacks he has, right? I mean, come on. Kyler Murray was his guy, right? Was Rattler his guy too, right? I mean, who's the other guy he had? Young was Bryce Young. I mean, he's just had the guy who just left. Caleb Williams was a Heisman guy, right? I mean, every quarterback he has, he gets the most out of, and a ridiculous amount, where they win Heisman trophies or they're just a top 2 or 3 quarterback, 4 quarterback, whatever it is, in all the land. And I've seen Brian Kelly wet the bed like a leprechaun that he is against Florida State for the last couple of years in opening games. So you're going to tell me that he's going to go to Vegas on a neutral versus a guy whose sole job it is, or seems like it, is churning out Heisman quarterbacks, the guys who chunk numbers all over the joint. 2 guys with new quarterbacks. I'm going with the quarterback guru. You're giving me points.
I like USC as well.
There's nothing to even think about there.
Absolutely.
I don't. Oh, it's the SEC. It's we're so cool. The SEC. Half your teams suck. Half the teams in the SEC are absolute garbage. It's
just like
Bama.
Vanderbilt.
It's Bama, Georgia A&M. Okay. I mean, Ole Miss is sort of there. Everything else is what? Trash.
Yeah, I would.
A bunch of 8-win teams, but it's the SEC, so they're good.
I was like LSU catching 4.5. I'm like, I kind of like that, but I'll take USC, the home dog.
Tooch likes a favorite. Go figure.
No, I like the.
I look at that. I'm like, I like
the team that's catching points here. I like the team that's catching points.
And this was 6.5. This was 6.5. It's come down.
Yep, I think I would lean the over here. I bet you there's a lot of scoring here. I know it's a lot of points, but.
Oh, we know USC never has a defense, but again, they took the guy from UCLA who was a defensive guy, so you think that adjusts a little bit. And again, you got a new quarterback situation there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm loving the over. I'm like, give me the USC. You want to do some USC QB props or something? Let's go.
Our last week we were 0-3 on free play, so if we 3-0, today we'll receive a free weekend VIP pass.
We did the old reverse sweep. It happened.
We did the reverse sweep, yeah, last week.
Good old week 0.
Yep. Giving out some free plays, you guys think? What do you think?
No, well, why would we give out free plays, Tooch?
Free plays?
Who cares?
Retweet the show.
How many games did we just go over?
A lot.
How many? Tell me. How many? Pull up the banner. You got it there.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games.
10 games. Tooch wants 10 games from us. We give sides. Then he wants a total. So he basically got 20 picks and more.
20 thoughts. Yep.
All right.
Games. Yep.
Hit the like button, you jackals.
Yep. Like button here.
If you hit the like button, I'll tell you your pizza's good. I thought my fingers are crossed.
Sean will take the over 8.5 on the Bears season total.
Man, I got a lot.
That's 9.5 now.
What? It went up? Get that? Yep. No, it hasn't.
Yes,
it's not gone up a whole game.
It has.
Who did a quarterback? What quarterback dropped out for the year?
9.5. Last time I looked, because I was going to look
out of here.
Yeah,
why? Because they're undefeated in preseason.
I guess.
Get out of here. What site is that? That's got to be Chicago.
Sean's ready to put the mortgage on the Bears under.
I saw it on DraftKings because I was thinking about taking the.
No way. That's 9.5.
He's ready to drop the house on it. Is this the 20-unit bomb, Sean?
Caleb Williams to lead rookies in passing yardage on the season. That's down to like minus 110 now.
Jaden Daniels to roll.
All right, Anthony's free play. Oregon minus 44.5 to cover the big number. I don't even know who they're playing. Gosh darn it.
I forgot who their quarterback. I was just.
Who are they playing?
Who's that?
Dylan Gabriel's quarterback from Oklahoma.
At Oregon.
It was like his 7th year. They're at home.
He was at Coastal
And what does Oregon do best? Oregon loves to put 70 points on the board early in the season. You're looking at a 70 burger in this game.
But I can't remember who the hell they're playing, Anthony.
I forgot.
I forgot to write it in there. Team. I did it like a minute before the show started.
Yeah.
Let me find that real quick while you guys. Idaho.
Is that what it is? Idaho?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Idaho, the quarterback's coach there is Doug Nussmeier, who's Garrett Nussmeier's father, the quarterback of LSU. I bet you didn't know that. All right. Anthony's free play, Oregon minus 44.5. 7 touchdowns.
I think this is Oregon's going to put 56 plus points on the board.
Yep. Yep.
Imagine if you knew who the quarterback was, they'd be putting up 80.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. No, I know. The first were like,
good ball player. Good ball player.
I know. I couldn't remember. I was like, who was that again?
Wait a minute. Sean's free play is LSU money line?
No, it's USC. You got it backwards because you had the lines backwards.
Okay, sorry.
You had the lines backwards.
Tooch.
Once a week. Money line plus 155.
One
job to do, Tooch.
And you can do money line ML. You could do money
ML.
line.
Yeah.
Nobody spells out money line.
All right. I didn't like the 2 caps, next to each other. USC plus ML, all caps there. All right, my free play, South Alabama minus 6 versus North Texas. Tomorrow, I don't think North Texas.
Where
is gonna
did you
be very
get this
good.
play from? This
It's
is
all
like
me.
from off the wall.
All me.
Oh, this is impressive.
I gotta get my
Well,
pen out for this one.
North Texas.
Get the
is
pen
gonna
out,
be
Sean.
terrible.
I got it
Get the
out.
pen out.
It's a baseball. It's a baseball pen. I got
South
this at
Alabama. Tough team. Tough.
Sugarland game last
Usually
year.
has a pretty good team. Goodness gracious. Hold on a second here.
Oh, hold on. I'm not making fun of your free pick, but
Nice little.
who in their
ball
right
on top
mind?
of it.
This is a hey. Do you have the? What is that?
This show proudly brought to you by Hannes.
What's that thing that
Profit.
you always play on
What's the
Midday
thing?
Money if it's a crazy game?
Stop it. Get some help.
It. Stop
Yeah,
it.
stop it. Get some help.
That's this game. That's
No.
this game.
No, this is a good game, man.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, this should be dominance by frickin' South Alabama.
What is happening here?
Oh,
They're gonna. South Alabama wins by 10.
I hope they do, because I'm telling you, this is. I did not see this play coming. This is not the most squarest play of all time.
Yep. Last year 7-6. And this is the Sun Belt.
Sean, you got to cap this game, and I'm so interested now. I have to watch this game now.
North Texas is in the Conference USA. Right, or AAC, one of those two, I think.
This is the American Conference, AAC, North Texas.
AAC,
I can't
North
keep
Texas
track of the
is.
college football conferences. I'm still in college
Win
basketball.
total 5.5.
4. North Texas.
Yes,
They
they got a whole new backfield. North Texas. Everybody's from TCU. It's North TCU.
Yep, and South Alabama
bad defense.
predicted finish 4th in the Sun Belt.
So pretty much bad defense if they're from TCU.
And I think North Texas is all new coaching too. I think
They got a
took the
2,000-yard running back coming to town here for
they
this
took
team.
the coach from TCU, offensive coordinator. I don't know.
Well, they're going to need a game or two to break in because this North Texas team is like brand spanking new.
Yeah, coach comes
How did
in.
South Alabama do last year? I have no clue. I don't remember.
They finished 7-5,
Okay.
and
I remember their basketball team. I remember that.
Yep.
I can't remember their football team. That was too far ago.
Just as much as you say South Alabama by 10 here. 5-7 last year. They lost by more than 8 points just twice.
who? North Texas.
Yeah, so they were in it. 7-point loss to Tulane, 3-point loss to Memphis, 8-point loss to San Antonio.
When I hear there's a whole new backfield from TCU, that doesn't give me any confidence in North Texas defense at all. Because if anyone remembers, that TCU defense was awful last year.
No, it's TCU offense. They got a 2,000-yard running back and a quarterback. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said defense.
No, offense. The offense. They got a 2,000-yard running back.
Well, for the sake of the free play, I'm going to say it needs a game or two to kick into gear.
And they got the wide receiver, Macklin, 1,000-yard receiver from them also.
Mean
From
green.
TCU.
But they're on North Texas now.
Yeah.
Well, it's a game that I got to watch. This is interesting.
Yep, I'll have to watch it.
I just might talk myself into taking North Texas.
I mean, you're talking me into it, but I mean, I got to watch this because I gotta see Tooch win his free play. He's been hitting his free plays left and right.
I lost my last one.
Yeah, but what was it prior? What 5, 6 in a row?
Of course, I like Jacksonville State. So week 0, week 1, I just lay off week 0, week 1. It's just
It happens.
too many.
It's the unknown, man. It's the unknown. You're literally guessing. You're literally guessing and going. I hate using the words last year. I hate it. I hate it.
Yep.
Because last year has nothing to do with anything of this year.
Yep, nothing.
Yep. Different coaches,
Especially
different players.
Especially the smaller kind of school. Like the big schools, you know what you're going to kind of get. You know what the game plan is. We're coming to battle.
Yep.
Playoffs, championship, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The smaller ones, how's it going to work out? How are we going to have a breakout guy? Is our all Sun Belt guy going to be really good this year? Is he going to be that much better than
Absolutely.
everybody else and carry us to a thing? Are we going to get
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, reached the end of the show. Tomorrow night on Barroom is the Barroom Fantasy Football League draft.
I'm crashing it.
So I'll be there picking players for my team, defending my title.
People are going to be picking Caleb Williams first round just because it's a Bears player.
I guarantee you that
they're a loser. That's a loser.
The Bears defense and the Bears kicker will all go way too early tomorrow.
That's just stupid.
7 p.m. tomorrow. Right here on Barroom. And that's it.
Sean will be there. Sean will jump in and just troll all the Bears picks.
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Best of luck, fellas.
That's my sleep night. Go to bed early on Saturday night.
Remember to sign up here for VIP. Yep.
It says right there in your name, VIP.
Yep. All right, fellas. We'll see you next week.
We need the little like Billy Madison, the spit it out now, Junior.
I have had a very long day, man. I'm working my butt off, and then I visit my mom in the hospital, and I came here.
Just teasing you, Tooch. I'm just teasing.
I'm burnt.
So serious.
Got a nice haircut, though. You looking good?
Thank you.
Yeah, you had time for a haircut.
My wife did the color.
Oh,
nice.
There you go. Just for men, looking good.
Just for men.
Just for men.
It's some stuff called Baijin from the Philippines. The color she brings back when she comes back. Yeah.
Whatever works.
It works. Looks good.
Starts out purple, then goes black.
Matches your shirt.
Right.
Iowa minus 22.5. There you go.
Versus Illinois State.
Minus 22.5, total of 40.
I can't.
31 to 9.
Yeah, I can't. You can't take more than 3 touchdowns with the Hawkeyes. I mean, I don't know how good ISU is going to be, but
I'm sure ISU is not going to be very good.
Yeah. I got a big over ticket on Iowa. They used to be favored like across.
They have an easy schedule, though. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about them covering. Yep. I'm just going to be like, just win a game for me. I'm not worried about the cover because that's the scary
Well, if they can win with the big goof as quarterback, they can win with anybody.
Yeah, but Cade McNamara is the quarterback.
Well, now they got a quarterback. So I'm saying they can win last year with the big goofy dude. They can win any year.
The goof was terrible. Him and Spencer Petras, the last 2 quarterbacks. I mean, McNamara's been the best quarterback we'll have in quite a while. But all right, fellas, I'll let you get about the rest of your weekend. Take care. We'll talk to you guys later.
Good luck, everybody.
Yep, good luck.